Hello there and welcome. Today we're going to take a little journey inside ourselves to really understand how we communicate, especially when we're under pressure. And our guide for this journey is the amazing work of the groundbreaking therapist Virginia Satir.
So I want you to think about something for a second. When things get really stressful, a looming deadline, a tough conversation, that feeling of being totally overwhelmed, what happens? What's your automatic go-to way of communicating? Do you get quiet? Do you get loud? Do you try to just make everyone happy? Well, it turns out those reactions aren't just random. Virginia Satir discovered that when we feel threatened, we automatically fall back on what she called survival stances. Think of them as coping mechanisms, little programs we learned a long time ago, usually as kids, to protect our sense of self-worth and just get through a tough situation. Okay, so let's dive in and look at the 4 main survival stances she identified. As we walk through these, just see if any of them feel a little familiar. You might just recognize yourself or maybe even someone you know. First up, we have the placater. This is the people pleaser, the one who's always saying yes, always agreeing, always apologizing. Their main goal is to make sure everyone else feels good, even if it means completely ignoring their own feelings and needs. It's that deep down fear of rejection that makes them put everyone else first. And then we have the total opposite, the blamer. The blamer's motto is basically, it's your fault, not mine. They find fault, they criticize, and they tend to dominate conversations. But here's the thing, this tough exterior is often just a cover. It's a way to hide their own feelings of loneliness and hurt by putting the spotlight and the blame on someone else.
Next is the super reasonable stance. This is the person who is all logic, all data, all cool, calm, collected facts. They avoid the messy world of feelings at all costs. In the middle of an emotional conversation, they might say something like, let's just look at this objectively. For them, feelings are dangerous, and staying logical is how they stay in control. And finally, there's the irrelevant stance. When stress shows up, this person distracts. They might crack a joke, change the subject completely, or fidget and move around. They're basically trying to get everyone, including themselves, to look at something, anything other than the stressful situation right in front of them. It's a way of making the tension just go away.
So here's the really important part. Satir called these 4 stances incongruent. And what does that mean? It means there's a disconnect. What you're saying and doing on the outside doesn't actually match what you're feeling on the inside. They are survival tactics, pure and simple, designed to protect a fragile sense of self-worth.
But to really get why we do these things, we can't just look at the behavior itself. We have to go deeper. We have to look below the surface. And to help us do that, Satir gave us a really powerful metaphor. She used the idea of an iceberg. And it's perfect, right? Because our behavior, the placating, the blaming, all of it, that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's the small part that everyone can see. But the vast majority of what's driving us is hidden deep below the waterline. And what's down there? Well, there are all these layers. There are our feelings, our perceptions, which are our beliefs and assumptions about the world. We have our expectations for ourselves and for other people. And even deeper, we have our universal yearnings, the things we all crave, like love, acceptance, and freedom. And at the very bottom is our core self. All of this hidden stuff is what's really running the show.
So if those 4 stances are the incongruent way of being, what's the goal? What are we aiming for? Well, Satir had a beautiful word for it. She called it congruence.
Congruence is really a state of being whole. It's when your inside world and your outside world are in sync. Your words actually match your feelings. Your body language matches your tone. It's when you can honor your own needs, the other person's needs, and the reality of the situation all at the same time.
And you can just see the difference here, can't you? Incongruent communication is all about hiding and surviving, and it comes from a place of low self-worth. But congruent communication, that's about being open and sincere. It comes from high self-worth, and its goal isn't just to survive, but to truly connect.
A person who is congruent just feels solid. They're at peace because there's no war going on inside them. They can say what they mean, and they can follow through with their actions. That inner voice isn't saying, I'm not good enough, or you're terrible. It's saying, I am valuable, and you are valuable too. Okay, so this all sounds wonderful, but how do we actually get there? How do we move from those old survival stances toward this feeling of congruence? Well, the most hopeful part of Satir's work is her belief that every single one of us already has the resources we need to grow and change. The whole journey really starts with awareness. It starts by just getting curious about your own iceberg. The next time you feel stressed,
just pause and ask yourself, what am I really feeling underneath all this? Or what do I truly want right now? And then maybe practice telling your truth, even in small ways. And things like meditation can be a huge help, just to quiet things down and connect with that calm core part of you.
And I want to leave you with this powerful quote from Virginia Satir, because it really sums it all up. The stressful things in life aren't the real problem. The real problem, and also our biggest opportunity, is in how we learn to face them. So the question isn't how do we avoid the problems, but how can we learn to meet them with our whole authentic and congruent selves?